Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today I'm going to be showing you a makeup tutorial using the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. So if you'd like to see how I went from this to this, then please keep watching and I will take you through all the steps. The foundation that I'm going to be applying today is my current favorite foundation. This is the Revlon Color Stay Whip Foundation and I am in the color 150 Buff. And to apply the foundation, I'm going to be first stippling the product across my face. And to do that, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques stippling brush. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the product. And then I'm going to begin by stippling the product starting in the center of my face. And then working outwards. I then want to make sure that the foundation is blended in nicely, so to do so I'm going to be using the Real Techniques buffing brush. And I'm just going to use this brush and in a circular motion buff the foundation into my skin. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using the Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette. And to apply it, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. So I'm going to be picking up this darker toned concealer with the brush. And then I'm just going to apply it over any red spots. And then quickly blend that in. I'm then going to go in with this top more flush tone color and then just apply that over the concealer that I just applied. I'm just going to then take a clean finger and kind of blend and press the concealer into my blemish. I'm then going to go back with my Real Techniques buffing brush and just blend that in a little more. And before we move on to the eyes, I want to quickly set the foundation and concealer. So I'm going to be using my e.l.f. translucent mattifying powder, and to apply it I'm going to be using an e.l.f. powder brush. So I'm just going to pick up a small amount of the product, and then I'm just going to take it down my T-zone, my chin, and then just over my cheeks where I applied the concealer. Okay, so that's it for the face for now. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the eyes. For the eyes, I want to start off by filling in my eyebrows. So to do so, I'm going to be using the NYX Eyebrow Shaper, the Brow Tones palette by Coastal Scents, and I'm just going to be using a mixture of these three browns. And then to apply the powder, I'm going to be using a small angled brush. And to brush through, I'm going to be using the Sonia Kashuk spoolie. And I want to quickly clean up around the edges, so I'm going to be taking that Deluxe Crease Brush. That's the brush that I use to apply my concealer. And any concealer that I have remaining on the brush, I'm just going to use it to kind of clean up the edges around the brow. start off, we want to prime the eyes first, so I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. And I'm just going to take a small amount onto the lid. And then just using my clean finger, I'm going to be applying this onto the lid, through the crease, and up to the brow. Moving on to the eyeshadows, I'm going to be using 6 shadows from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. And to apply the eyeshadows, I'm going to be using the brush that came with the palette. This is the double-sided shader brush. One side has the flat shader and the other side has the fluffy blending brush. So I'm going to start off with the fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to pick up the color Tease, which is just a matte taupey brown. And I'm going to be applying this into the crease. So I'm just going to sweep this across. And this is just going to act as a really nice transition color later on. And I want to make sure to blend out the edges before moving on, so I'm just going to take a clean fluffy brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just going to buff out the edges and just soften the shadow. I now want to apply my highlight colors, so I'm going to be picking up the shadow Foxy with the BH Cosmetic Fluffy brush. And this is another matte eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply it to the highlight under the brow. And then just go ahead and blend where the two shadows meet. I'm going to go back with the Urban Decay shadow brush. This is the flat side that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to pick up the color Verve, which is really a really shimmery, almost silver shadow. And I'm going to be packing this onto my lid. And you can take a little bit of this color into the tear duct. I'm then going to go back with the clean fluffy brush and blend out the edges. And then with the same brush, I'm going to go in with the color YDK, which is like a shimmery bronzy shadow. And I'm going to apply a little bit of this on top of the Verve, and I'm going to take it a little bit higher into the crease. And of course, you want to make sure everything blends in together nicely, so I'm going to go in with the fluffy brush and just blend that together. And then I'm going to go in with the clean side of the flat shader brush and pick up the color Busted, which is another shimmery color, but it's a really dark brown. And I'm going to be using this in the very outer corner. So I'm just going to apply it almost in like a V shape. And then just flip over to the fluffy side and start blending this in. I'm going to take it up into the crease and kind of sweep it towards the center. And I like to put a small amount of eyeshadow on first and pack the intensity on. It really helps with controlling how dark you want your eyeshadow look to be. And then again, I'm just going to make sure everything's blended even more nicely, so I'm going to go back with the BH Cosmetics Fluffy Brush. I'm then going to take a small angled brush. Any small angled brush will do. I'm just going to be using the Real Techniques Brow Brush. And I'm going to go in with the color YDK. And I'm going to be applying this underneath the lower lash line. And then again go back with the fluffy brush and just clean up a little underneath. I'm going to quickly move on to the eyeliner. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in 0. This is just a black eyeliner, so any black eyeliner that you have will do. And I'm going to line the waterline and also tight line. I'm then going to take the eyeliner and run it a little bit on the lower lashes. And this doesn't have to be perfect. And you want to try and make it a little bit thicker on the outer, going a little thinner on the way in. And then you want to take your small finger and you're just going to smudge that in a little bit. And then go back in with the small angled brush that you used with the YDK. Pick up a little bit more of the YDK and then go over that smudged liner. I'm then going to take another small angled brush, a clean one. This is a e.l.f. small angled brush, and I'm going to be picking up the color Blackout, which is a nice black shadow, and I'm going to line the top of my upper lash line. You can, if you'd like, just use the black eyeliner, but I think it's a little too harsh, so I'm going to be using the shadow instead. And just kind of flick it out a little bit at the edge. And again, you can make it a little bit thicker on the outer part of the eye, and as you come in, make it as thin as you can. And I'm just going to smudge it out a little bit in the outer corner. And before I apply my mascara, I want to clean up underneath the eyes. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I'm just going to take a small amount underneath the eye. And I'm just going to use a clean finger to blend this in. This helps to also brighten up underneath the eye. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and curl my eyelashes and then apply my mascara. The mascara that I'm going to be using is the Revlon Fabulash Mascara in Blackest Black. Okay, so that's it for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rest of my face. Moving on, I'm going to be applying my blush. I'm going to be using a blush from the 6 Contour Blush Palette from Coastal Scents. And I'm just going to be actually using a mixture, taking a very small amount of this top pink color here, but mainly taking this really light pink down here. So to apply my blush, I'm going to be using a Real Techniques blush brush, just a really nice fat tapered brush. So like I said, I'm going to pick up just a really small amount of the darker pink and then pack on that really light pink, and then I'm going to be applying this to the apples of my cheeks. And I'm just going to sweep it upwards. And the lipstick that I'm going to be using today is a NYX matte lipstick. This is in the color Pale Pink. And I'm just going to dab this onto my lips. And then I'm going to be using a clean finger to blend this in. And I actually want to go back and highlight the top of my Cupid's bow, so I'm going to go back into the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette and take the color Verve. That's the first shadow that we applied to the lid. And I'm just going to take my pinky finger and a very small amount and apply it to my Cupid's bow. And to finish off my lips, I'm going to be applying some lip gloss. This is the Urban Decay Lip Junkie Lip Gloss in Midnight Cowboy. So I'm just going to apply a small amount of this to the center. And then again with my finger, just going to blend that out. So this is the finished look. I hope that you found this makeup tutorial useful. Please don't forget to check the drop box down below. There you can find a link to my blog where I will have a full list of products that I used in this tutorial, as well as some more pictures of this look. Don't forget that you can also follow me on Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr, and leave me a comment below if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that way you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. So until next time, I hope that you have a beautiful day. Bye!